Good evening, good morning. Uh, I made a video before this, but the audio was horrendous. You can barely hear me. Um, I had the fan on, so we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna give you the condensed version of what I said earlier. I want to take the opportunity to encourage people who are loners. Um, a lot of times, people who are loners are very misunderstood. Um, People attempt to label loners, categorize them, put them in a box. They try to understand them. And sometimes you won't ever understand the mindset and the perspective of a loner. Loners are people who like to be alone. When they are ready to come out and deal with folks, talk to people, deal with people, they will come out, but it's going to be on their terms. But most of the time, they enjoy being alone. They really enjoy their alone time. Um, Loners are also people who get their strength and their encouragement from within, and they don't necessarily get it from without. And so, I consider myself a loner. Um, a lot of times people don't understand loners because everybody feels everybody needs somebody, and you gotta have friends, and you gotta do this, you gotta hang out with people, you gotta be social. Whoo. And it has all of that has its place. And don't get it twisted. Loners, some people call them introverts. Um, People who just don't necessarily have to be out and about, be in the center of attention, limelight all the time. We don't need that. Okay. Um, we tend to be independent thinkers. We don't just go along to get along necessarily. That kind of aggravates us after a while. Um, the process of assimilation is grating to our soul. It's like, I can't stand that. Okay, yeah, it grates our soul. We we thrive off being independent thinkers and being able to logically look at things and come up with our own conclusions. Sometimes some people call that being closed minded, and that's looked down upon as a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I do understand that we are living creatures and we're always learning. So there's always opportunity to learn and grow. But the problem is there's such a wealth of information out now. Some of that information is not necessarily necessary. So, but we like to be able to come to those conclusions ourselves. We don't want anyone to tell us, well, that's wrong and you shouldn't believe that. Well, that's not right and you shouldn't believe this. No, let us come to our own conclusion. Let it be revealed to us on our terms in our time. We will get it because I can't speak for all introverts. I personally am a truth, not only a truth seeker, but I'm a truth lover, meaning I love the truth. I don't care how painful it is. I don't care how hard it is to hear. Y'all didn't hear that. I don't care how hard it is for me to hear the truth. I need to hear the truth. You need to tell me the truth. I'm not one of those people where, oh, you can't tell her nothing. You can't tell her the truth. Oh, it's gonna ruin her. Oh, No. As a matter of fact, oh, I'm going to get really annoyed with you if you come at me with some bull and some BS lies, because I'm going to be like, okay, now you think I'm stupid. Okay, now you think I'm just an idiot. Okay. You also have to be, as a loner or introvert, whatever you want to call it, you have to be strong, because the tendency to group think and the tendency to think like everybody else and be like everybody else and do what everybody else does is so prevalent today. It's so strong. Nobody's independent thinkers anymore. Nobody thinks outside of the box. Okay? Nobody looks at things from different perspectives. It's almost politically incorrect to have an independent mind these days. And that's another thing. I'm not PC at all. I'm not. And I'm okay with that. Um, when you're a loner, you have to be strong, because a lot of times people are threatened by an independent thinker that's not easily manipulated, that's not controlled, that the idea of being controlled, I can't explain to you how I hate it. I hate it with the deepest of passions. If I feel, if I sense, if I smell an inkling of control from anywhere, whether it be a person, a group of people, anywhere, I'm out. One only does not do control and manipulation. I don't want it done to me, and I sure in the heck don't have the energy or the time to do it to anybody else. Which brings me to my next point. Manipulation and control is a definition and a form of witchcraft. I, many times, have been accused of being a witch, which I find comical, because I have not known a witch. I don't know. Well, I knew of a witch in a shelter. I shared that testimony, but I've not known a witch I'm not saying I'm broke, but I've not known a witch that struggled financially. Okay, that's had to sometimes work 3 jobs to make ends meet. I've not known a witch who has not gotten the man that she wants. Okay, witches seemingly have really wonderful, great lives because they get everything that they want, because they've tapped into another spirit and another realm to get those things. No, dear hearts, that's not Winona. Okay, what rests on my life, me being the loner that I am, me being the introvert that I am, what rests upon my life is the anointing. It's the Ruach HaKodesh. He looks out for me so powerfully and so intensely that even when I'm not aware that people around me are trying to curse me, he fights for me and he puts the force field up and he deals with them. I don't even know that they're an enemy. I'm like, well, I didn't even know they were an enemy. I thought they loved me. I thought we were good. I thought we were peachy keen. What's up with that? And sometimes I don't even know until Yah whips out that judgment, and Yah whips out that curse on them because they tried to curse me. And I guess I've grown to a place where I refuse to be cursed. And please understand, I'm not coming from at a place where I'm not threatening nobody. I'm not trying to curse nobody. I love all y'all. Even y'all who hate me and talk about me like a dog and try to curse me in mine. I love you, babies. Okay? But you have to understand what rests upon my life and the lives of my children and my grandchildren. You can't curse us because we're blessed. The word says, those who bless me will be blessed. Those who bless my children will be blessed. Those who bless my grandchildren will be blessed. And those who attempt to try to curse me, my children, or my grandchildren, they are cursed. It's by default. This has nothing to do with Winona. The minute that you put yourself in a position where you're going to attempt to curse me or mine is when Yah steps in and says, no, you not, because she blessed. No, you not, because they bless. Huh? And like I said, that transaction, God's hand and the curse to my enemies, known or unknown enemies, that transaction I don't even know about until after the fact. I'd be like, well, dang, I didn't even know they were enemy. I didn't know it was like that. So but because I've gotten to a place in my life, I guess because this is out of experience, and I've seen y'all do it so many times in my life and the lives of my children and now my grandchildren. I have that directory of experiences and testimonies of how Yah has done so much for us and vindicated us and fought for us and cursed our enemies. It's like I refuse to be cursed because I know I can't be cursed. And that anointing rests on my children and grandchildren too. So I've gotten to a place now where I refuse to be. You can't curse me because I'm blessed. You can't curse my children because we're blessed. You can't curse my grandchildren because they're blessed too. So it's you get to a place as if you get to be if you consider yourself a loner or an introvert, you have to get to a place where you're strong enough in your faith that you realize can't nobody curse you. I feel like there's so many people in the body who is so fixated on the witch and the warlock and the wizard. And it's like, why? It's like they can't curse you because you're blessed. So why are we spending all this attention and this focus? And people get all weird. Oh, and I'm just like they can't do you nothing. So why are we talking about that? Why are we trying to curse them back? Why are we suffering them to die? What a colossal waste of time and energy and anointing. If you don't even have to. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to say nothing. Yah stands up in you and for you. You're blessed. That transaction ain't got nothing to do with you. That transaction ain't got nothing to do with me or our loved ones. I guess I want to encourage you, if you are a loner and if you are an introvert, or whether you're not an introvert, but you are a loner and you know who you are and Yah, you got to be strong enough to refuse to be cursed. You hear me? Refuse to be cursed. You know who you are. You know the blessings that Yah has in store for you. You know the word. So just stand in that boldly. Let them call you arrogant. Let them call you unteachable. It does not matter what they call you. What they call you, is that on your birth certificate? If it ain't on your birth certificate, they're not talking to you. So I used to tell my kids all the time, did they give you one of the 3 names I gave you when you was born? If not, then they were not referring to you. Walk on by and ignore it. That's how you gotta handle haters. That's how you gotta handle people who try to curse you. That's how you gotta handle folks who always got something to say. Ignore them. Because they're not referring to you. If they didn't address you by the name that your mama and daddy gave you when you were born, and they're not addressing the purpose that is on your life, and even if they are trying to address it and trying to understand it and trying to categorize it and trying to label it, but they're way off most of the time, way off, don't waste any more energy and time addressing haters. Don't waste any more time. Oh, my. Don't waste any more time focusing on enemies. Don't do it. They're not. It's just taking away your energy, and it's taking away your time with Yah. It's taking away. Oh, this is a waste. Don't do it. Don't address them. Don't address them. They're fools. They're idiots. You know who you are. You know your purpose. You walk in it and refuse to be cursed. They can't curse you. You're blessed. You're blessed. You are blessed, baby. You are blessed. Don't you forget that either. You continue to walk in your purpose. I promise you will see Yah's desire on your enemies as well as mine.